You want to know what pantry items you absolutely need to stock up on. Number one, because they don't cost that much. Number two, because they're so versatile. And number three, and perhaps most important, is they have an almost indefinite shelf life, which means, yeah, they're gonna not go bad, which means you're not gonna have to throw them out, which makes them the perfect pantry items to buy today and put in your working pantry, long-term food storage, or prepper pantry if that's your jam. Hey, my name is Christine, if we have not met before, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you think this content is interesting and useful, hook me up with a thumbs up, maybe share it with a friend. You can also subscribe. That doesn't expire either. Let's kick it off with numero uno, good old salt. Have you ever read the book, Alas, Babylon? And the whole world goes to crap, and the thing they need the most to survive is salt. Your body does not work without it. It's cheap, it makes all food taste more delicious. Have you ever had a watermelon and then sprinkled a little salt on the watermelon and then you tried it again and it was better watermelon? Oh yeah, salt just makes everything delicious, and it basically does not go bad. You can pick whatever salt that you want. You want the pink Himalayan salt, by all means. You want the sea salt from the Dead Sea? More power to you. You want the cheap stuff right here? Absolutely. Cooking, baking, seasoning at the table. You can even use it as an abrasive cleaner, and you can melt ice with it. You can boil water faster with it. Salt is amazing. You ever wonder why your food at home doesn't taste as good as a restaurant? Salt and butter, that's the answer.
Hear, hear.
You know what else is cool about salt? If you're eating carnivore or keto or one of those diets, you tend to need excess salt in your diet, but who wants to just like mix salt in some water and drink it? That's not good. You know what you can also put in your long-term food storage is Element. Element is sponsoring today's video. It's one of my favorite products, and I definitely want to tell you about their newest chocolate medley real quick. This is for my athletes. My athletes, those on special diets that need extra salt in their diet, people that sweat a lot, like myself. We need salt, and way more than the government originally told us. Studies are currently showing like 2 to 3 times the salt content that they're originally suggesting. Of course, please consult with your doctor. They have this like new chocolate medley with chocolate mint, chocolate chai, and chocolate raspberry. You can do these in either cold water or hot water. My husband and I are doing snow fat biking right now, and when it's 5 degrees outside and you're bombing down a hill on your fat bike in the snow, an Element, a chocolate Element in hot water in like an insulated water bottle, chef's kiss. I like Element specifically because, well, first of all, it tastes delicious, but it helps you stay hydrated and gives you the electrolytes without the sugar that's found in common other electrolyte drinks or sports drinks. Usually electrolyte deficiency can cause headaches, cramps, fatigue, brain fog, weakness. I definitely don't want any part of that as an athlete, and as I have a whole family of athletes. Each stick pack delivers a meaningful dose of electrolytes, free of sugar, artificial colors. So listen, you can try Element totally risk-free. If you don't like it, you can give it away to a friend. They're still gonna refund you. But that being said, they have a very low return rate because people like it so much. Yes, they're gonna give you a deal today. If you use my link below, it's drinkelement.com/frugalfitmom for a free sample packet with any purchase. So if you want a little bonus along with your purchase, you can do that. You can try the chocolate medley, which is pretty new. My favorite one is the watermelon salt, and then my daughter Haley loves the citrus salt. It was a lifesaver when we hiked rim to rim of the Grand Canyon in one day. Thanks to Element. Now let's get back to the rest of the pantry items you should be buying today. Ooh, honey, honey. Honey, my friends, it is natural. Bees make it. Did you know that? My sister had bees and she made these like super cute pots. Isn't this amazing? First of all, it tastes delicious. It makes everything taste better. You put honey in homemade bread, yum. It's an excellent sweetener. It basically stays good indefinitely, and you can use it in most recipes in place of sugar. If I'm remembering this right, they found honey in Egyptian tombs that was like, what, 2,000 years old. It was still good. It's naturally antibacterial, and if you tend to have allergies, if you source local honey, it has been shown to help seasonal allergies if you do local. And if you wanna know how to find those, I would reach out to your community Facebook pages. I bet there's people who do backyard beekeeping or larger beekeeping that will sell local honey unfiltered. I have a ton of places in my area that does it. And then obviously my sister did this one. So this was a nice little treat. It is almost gone. So maybe I should just go take some more. Did you know Worcestershire sauce? And that is how you say it. I had people coach me on that. It's not who's your sister sauce or S sauce or W sauce, Worcestershire sauce. I have been told that this is essentially indefinitely good. So they do have a date stamped on here, best by. This one does say 2022.
These are more like suggestions.
I used it a few days ago. It's totally fine. I don't know why this is good for so long. It was like vinegar, sugar, anchovies. What else do you need? I love putting this in almost any dish that has beef because it like oomphs the beefiness of the beef. It gives you that umami. No, that's unagi. Unagi. That umami flavor, the earthiness, right? You do not have a full working pantry if you do not have actual sugar. This is just plain old cheap old white sugar in this bulk bin. It pretty much doesn't go bad. If you keep it in a sealed container like this, the little buggies won't get into it. It might get a little clumpy, but you can chop that right up with a fork or a pastry blender or something like that, no problemo. And why would you need sugar in your pantry in the first place? Well, my friends, for everything. If you make homemade bread and you're not into the sourdough life, I haven't really divin, what's the grammar there? Into the sourdough thing. It feels like I need to wear a flowery dress and an apron to do it, and I don't have one of those. So I just do standard sandwich bread and it's just fine. But I like to give the yeast something to eat. They eat sugar and they grow a little bit quicker. And if you like cookies, like myself, you're gonna need sugar to make them taste delicious. You wanna do like strawberry shortcake in the spring. We're almost there, guys. You're gonna want a little bit of sugar. You wanna make homemade jam? Sugar it is. I am not anti-sugar. It is delicioso and it absolutely makes your oatmeal taste better in the morning. Good old beans. Dry beans, of course, last an extremely long time, but over time, they can take a while to plump back up and rehydrate for cooking. So my friends, if you want something that lasts a little bit longer, but is still majorly budget friendly, say hello to canned beans. Now this is like in a, not a can. Like it's not a metal can, but it serves for the purposes of this. It has recently been said that canned beans, if not in a pop top and stored appropriately, can last upwards of 30 years. This is one of the most budget-friendly, quickest, easiest, most nutritionally dense product that requires no effort. You want convenience in your long-term food storage, canned beans, it is. It has an excellent ratio of carbs, protein, and fiber. And also, what's your favorite kind of bean? I think mine's gotta be like a kidney. I love a kidney bean. It's thick and hearty and meaty. Ooh, no, cannellini beans. Those might be my favorite. So delicious, so dainty. Of course, a dried bean will be cheaper, but you can't beat the convenience of the canned one. Canned meats. Now, they don't have the best track record. However, when it comes to convenience, if you don't have a cooking source or a heat source, you kind of can't go wrong with canned tuna. And they're saying right now that canned tuna, if stored appropriately, is about 5 years. Tuna's not your thing, go with canned chicken. We gotta talk dried pasta. So let's go with the original dried pasta. Stuff like this, as long as bugs don't get into it, this stuff's gonna be good 5 to 10 years. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I mean, it's dried pasta. What does it do? Get more dry? Maybe you need to boil it for 20 minutes instead of 10 minutes, but this stuff lasts a really long time. Now, in my experience, the whole wheat pasta does tend to have larvae in it, and they will hatch and eat the pasta
to a disgusting green.
So not trying to gross you out. I'm just telling you, based on my personal experience, if I'm in a long-term food storage pasta, it's gonna be white pasta. Because I had a bad experience with all the larvae hatching in my whole wheat pasta storage and consumed 80 pounds of stored pasta and an entire closet full of bugs. Don't recommend. So I like the white pasta for this, and then I do like to freeze these for like 3 days. So if there is anything in here, you'll kill it when you bring it home. And as long as you keep it, you know, stored correctly, you're good to go. But here's the real kicker. Did you know that ramen noodles are good for like 10 years? 10 years. So if you see the case lot sale, you know, and you get the whole big case for what, $4 or $5, something like that, buy the case, stick it in your pantry. Who knows when you need like a super quick ramen noodle meal. And you can also use these to make a really quick veggie stir fry with ramen noodles instead of rice. I did one recently on a budget cooking video of mine. Delicious. Sometimes you don't want rice. Sometimes you want ramen noodles. Yeah, they are very high in calories, which makes them excellent if you're eating out of your pantry and you can't supplement with anything else. One package is 390 calories. Oh my gosh, that's a solid meal. That's gonna fill you up. And let's be honest, they do taste pretty good. Bonus item, the Hostess Twinkie. There was a school teacher that did a Twinkie test, decided to keep a Twinkie out for 30 years, 30 wrapped in the package. Other than a little bit of dust collecting on the outside of the package, when compared to a newly purchased Twinkie, they were the same.
What about the Twinkie?
I don't know if that should make you feel confident in putting Hostess snacks in your long-term pantry or food storage, or if we should avoid them at all costs and not eat them, because what the heck do they make those out of in the first place? But there you go, Twinkie definitely lasts for 30 years. And also, why does a Twinkie make me think of UHF with the Twinkie hot dog sandwich? Do you remember that? Who's a Weird Al fan? If you are, give me your favorite Weird Al song down in the comments below. What other items do you love to have in your pantry that last almost forever? Go ahead and leave those down below, as well so people watching the video can check out other items to purchase for their pantry. If you guys want a free printable list of items that last super long in your kitchen, I will leave that down below. It's totally free. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next video. Bye. So I made a mistake recently. I want to tell you about it. I had purchased some bagels. My kids were like, oh, we haven't had bagels in all this time. Let's get some bagels. And I'm like, yeah, I love bagels as a concept. They told me all the flavors: cinnamon raisin, plain, blueberry, and everything bagels. My 17-year-old really loves making an everything bagel egg bacon sandwich for breakfast. He makes them fresh every morning. They're his favorite thing. He puts it in a baggie and he takes it to go. I have the grocery bags. I run in the house, I drop them on the floor, I run and take a quick shower, and I run back out to put them away. This has never been a problem before. Ever. Also, I have dogs. They don't eat food in grocery stocks. They never have. So I didn't think anything of it. I'm sure you can tell where this is going. I come out and I start putting the groceries away. The everything bagels are gone. Gone. It's not the 14-year-old poodle. He has no teeth. It's gotta be the 2-year-old. The everything bagel bag was ripped up and all the bagels were gone. My dog ate 6 everything bagels in a span of 10 minutes. I got very worried. I'm thinking she's gonna throw up. She's definitely smelled a little weird, okay? But I'm like, oh, you need to like go outside. Is she gonna be sick? What's going on? That can't be good. Who eats 6 bagels? What was weird is she left all the other bagels. Only wanted the everything bagels. As it turned out, she was fine. I run to the store, get another package of everything bagels. Don't leave them on the floor. But as I was carrying them in the house, she smelled them and started chasing me because she thinks everything bagels are now hers. She thinks she is the queen of the everything bagels. So when they get pulled out and they get opened, she comes running and she gives snarl face. When she shows her teeth, that means she's really excited and she wants whatever it is that you have. Sometimes it's affection, and apparently now it's everything bagels. Who knew? So if you have dogs that eat human food, because mine typically doesn't, have they ever eaten 6 full-sized everything bagels in one sitting? And how long did they smell weird? And lesson learned, groceries don't go on the floor ever.